In the heart of Ibadan, where the sun rises golden over rusted rooftops and the air smells of earth, smoke, and simmering stew, a young woman named Ada walked these streets with nothing but a tray of bread and a heart full of kindness. To the world, she was ordinary. To one forgotten soul, she would become everything. This is the story of how a poor bread seller changed a life and uncovered a truth that would change hers forever. Every morning, long before the market stirred, Ada rose with the call of the muezzin, tying her scarf in the dim light and lighting a small charcoal stove. She worked with the rhythm of someone who knew pain, but still chose joy. She kneaded dough with tired hands. She sang softly as the bread browned. Her voice, a mixture of lullaby and prayer, rose above the smoke. By sunrise, she stepped into the streets with a worn tray on her head, stacked with warm, soft loaves wrapped in white cloth. No matter how heavy the tray, she carried it as if she carried feathers. Children called her Auntie Bread. Market women smiled when they saw her. But Ada always made one stop first, before she sold a single piece. By the broken bench near the old post office sat a man everyone ignored. They called him Baba Musa, old, mute, limping, wrapped in rags that smelled of dust and rain. He said nothing, asked for nothing. He just sat, watching the world pass him by. But Ada stopped, every morning. "Good morning, Baba," she would say with a smile, placing warm bread and water in his hands. And every morning, Baba Musa would press his fingers to his heart and nod. Not a word between them, but everything was said. The market has many eyes and many mouths. People noticed Ada's kindness, but not everyone admired it. "Wasting food on a beggar?" one woman scoffed. "Does she think that will feed her future?" "She should be saving for marriage," another hissed, "not feeding street ghosts." Even her closest friend, Titi, once asked Ada, "Don't you think he might be dangerous?" But Ada always answered with the same calm voice, "He's hungry, I have bread, that's all that matters." What they didn't see, what they chose not to see, was that Ada was struggling too. Most days, she didn't eat until night. She patched her slippers with thread. She sent half her earnings to her younger siblings in the village. But still, she stopped for Baba Musa. Still, she smiled. Then, one day, the bench was empty. At first, Ada thought he'd gone to relieve himself. But the next day, still no sign. And the next, the bread remained untouched. Her smile faded. She asked around, "Have you seen the old man who sits here?" A shrug from the akara seller. "Who? That ghost?" asked the meat vendor. "No, he's probably dead," someone laughed. Ada's heart sank. She tried not to cry. But that night, in the quiet of her one-room house, she placed a piece of bread beside her mat, just in case. A week passed. Then, something strange. A black car pulled up beside her stall, shiny like oil, unfamiliar in her world of rust and dust. Out stepped a man in a sharp brown suit, shoes that cost more than her entire inventory. He approached with purpose and grace. "Are you Miss Ada Adebayo?" he asked. She hesitated. "Yes." He handed her a white envelope. Inside, a letter. "You are cordially invited to a private dinner. Come to 7 Adawale Crescent. No need to bring anything but yourself. No signature, no explanation." She almost threw it away, but her heart whispered, "Go." That evening she stood before towering gates with peeling paint and dusty sandals. Her scarf was neatly pressed. Her face was anxious. She was led through a grand hallway where gold chandeliers hung like glowing fruit, and the floors shone with reflections of a world she didn't understand. At the end of the hallway, a door opened, and there he stood, not in rags, not hunched or mute, tall, clean-shaven, wearing a white agbada with gold embroidery. His eyes, those same eyes that once watched the sunrise in silence, now looked at her with warmth and something deeper, reverence. "Baba Musa," she whispered. He smiled gently. "My name is Musa Adewale." She didn't understand. Was it a dream? A trick? He invited her to sit. And then he told her everything. He was not Baba Musa. He was Chief Musa Adewale, son of the late Chief Adewale of Adewale Industries. A billionaire. Estranged from his family years ago, he gave up his name and wealth after betrayal from his brothers. He roamed the streets searching not for charity, but for truth, for love without condition, for proof that humanity still held light. "I have met presidents," he told her, "but none gave me what you gave me. Dignity, compassion, bread. You fed me when you had nothing. You treated me like I mattered. You are the richest soul I've ever met." He revealed he had watched her for months, not out of curiosity, but awe. That night, he gave her the keys to a brand new bakery, registered in her name, staff paid for a year, rent covered, a foundation to feed the hungry, funded in her honor. Ada collapsed in tears. He knelt beside her. "You changed my life. Let me change yours." Today, Ada's bakery stands proudly near the very bench where her story began. It's called Kind Crumbs. Every child who enters gets bread, no questions, no price. Behind the counter, Ada's smile remains the same. Chief Musa now lives nearby, no longer hiding. Sometimes he visits, but he never stands out. He simply watches the girl, who reminded him that hearts, not titles, define worth. Sometimes it's not the grand gestures that change lives. Sometimes it's a simple act of grace, a piece of bread, a smile that sees beyond the surface. Ada gave, expecting nothing, and in return, she received everything. So, remember, you never know who's sitting on the bench, and you never know the power of kindness until it's returned with love. What would you have done if you were in Ada's shoes? Would you have shown the same kindness without expecting anything in return? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that kindness never goes unnoticed. Until next time, keep believing in the power of compassion. One small act could change everything.